just last year.
All right, Dr. Baffa, this starts the 53-kilogram A women's session here. So let's start with a nice, good lift here out of the Brazilian lifter.
They're playing Crisscross's Jumped Up in the background. It's good. Revisiting 1993.
Absolutely.
Very strong off the floor, up and over, unfortunately. I think she's capable of making that without problem, just needs to come back and put it all together.
And that's that little bit of extra excitement on the first lift. You probably overpull it a little bit. Yep. You're the first one on the stage, so she's got the energy, she's got the strength. She just needs to be a little bit more delicate, and that's the trick with the snatch. Delicacy. Really go after a weight pretty quickly after they miss.
She looks recovered. She's ready. Let's see her come on and put this overhead.
I think she's going to make it. Only 3 kilos below her personal best. Oh, much better.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really nice.
That was exactly how you want an opening lift to look, Dr. Westbrook.
Even though it wasn't an opening lift, yes.
It was not, but you know, you want a second to look like that as well. So really nice job, way to come back. And look at that, really solid catch. Gets herself on the board.
And it came into the hip so nicely. Really beautifully done. So that should bring up Supatra Kauhang. Let's see. We've got a lot of cheering, which typically means that we could have a lifter from the USA coming out.
Caitlin is on deck right now, but there's a possibility she will be the lifter. Supatra is currently on the clock.
And Dr. Baffa, I just looked behind me, and we have a packed house.
Oh,
flags are waving, people are screaming. This is amazing.
And the Thai fans, so there's American fans and fans from Thailand really cheering.
Oh, absolutely.
Here we have Supatra Kaikwang coming out. Opening attempt, 83 kilos.
And this is about 5 kilos below her best. She did 88 back earlier in 2016.
Took a shot at 92 at that competition.
Wow, really strong. Moves nicely around the bar.
There is the cheering section, cheering her on. It's hard to find more enthusiastic fans. Really great to see them out here.
It's hypnotizing, literally hypnotizing.
I believe they were in Rio. I remember seeing that guy specifically. Here's that opening snatch by her, and look at that, really nicely done. But I got to say, the crowd right now.
Listen to the crowd. Caitlin Hogan's coming out, coached by Sean Waxman, who's done a really great job with his athletes as of recent.
And of course, Piros Dimas looking on as well. Here is Caitlin Hogan, her World Championships debut. 83 kilos.
Only a single kilo less than her best ever.
In competition.
In competition, yes. Looking good. That's a great lift.
Great to see a lifter come out, take that opening confidently.
That's great. And no better person to have put a jacket over your back than Piros Dimas after you make a lift like that. And then that replay, you see she gets under that bar very, very quickly.
Very intense. There's the crowd, everyone getting excited for her. This is going to be a great competition. Right now, Kanayagi of Japan coming out.
83 kilos opening attempt here. And again, her best in international competition is 86, so just a few kilos under that mark. And the Japanese have a wonderful, wonderful tradition of great solid technique. And that was demonstrated
on
right
display right there, Dr.
Yeah.
Westbrook. Beautiful opening attempt by Yagi right there. 3 white lights, absolutely no problem. This brings up, well, Caitlin Hogan, technically the lifter. Not going to be her, though. She's a little more of an increase, I imagine.
Yeah, she's going to move up. There's no doubt of it. She's a lifter, competitor who knows how to bring it on the big stage.
Centro lang, centro, duro.
Oh, no.
Just a little out of place. She's done 90 kilos recently. So at the Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games this year in September, she did 85 and then 90 and took a crack at 93. So she's capable of the weight.
Yeah, it was just really a positional thing. She pulls it high enough.
Just
and
a little out of place, a little in front.
Right. So this brings up Jin Hee-yoon for her opening attempt out of Korea at 85 kilos. Again, we're reaching weights well above these women's body weights. So these are serious weights these women are moving around.
Most recent international competition, the Olympic Games last year, where she snatched 88.
That did look a little heavy, I'll be honest.
Up and over. She'll have 2 more attempts.
And it looks like there's a number of athletes that are asking for the same weight. 2 others who are...
Wow. Okay, so we're hearing that Yagi just did a lift in the warm-up room. Just did a power snatch, dropped the bar, and ran out to take this. That's what happens with this jockeying sometimes. Wow. So right now, here she is. Second attempt, 85. Opener looked great. Great Asics shoes, too.
Beautiful. Oh, no. Look how close her bottom was to the ground. I mean, it doesn't get any lower than that. And you know, that emphasizes the idea of training at a high level and sometimes throwing in some odd things, like a power snatch, then quickly jump to a high-level lift.
She
to
almost
train
had
for these
that.
moments.
Yeah, she almost had that. I mean, really, you don't get much closer.
No, so close. But that's to the advantage of her competitors. They played it correctly. The coaches did a good job.
That's going to bring out Yoon Jin-hee of Korea for her second attempt. She was not successful at her opener with 85. Threw it over. Let's just see if she can make the correction. Again, she's done more. Her best snatch is 95.
Wow.
As a 58.
Wow.
Best snatch as a 53 looks to be 88 kilos. Excuse me, 93.
And it looks like Yoon did that back in 2005, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
It looks heavy to me. It really
It's a little
does.
heavy. Left that one out front. So we got one that went behind, one that went out front. Now she's got to make the correction and get that bar overhead. She will not be following herself, luckily. There are a few other athletes, but there's the same thing happening. We're seeing some changes.
Shifting around, yeah. And that's going to be common, I think, throughout this entire competition.
Comes back to Japan's Kanai Yagi.
You know, looking how much jockeying there is, it's just amazing to me that the 1 kilo rule is sort of a new rule, and how the heck did things work out when it was 2.5 kilos that these women had for jumps they had to make.
Yeah.
So Yagi coming out for the same weight, 85 kilos here.
Apparently there are so many changes that they have had to replace the carpet in front of the marshal's table already. That's what I'm hearing from the back room.
Well, the software went down for a few minutes too. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
They realize every kilo counts. Here is Yagi, third attempt.
That's it. What a lift.
Dr. Westbrook, like you said, these Japanese athletes really technically proficient, about as good as you can get, and she showed it with that lift. Beautiful execution on that. We can see the replay right here. And look at that.
So solid.
Throws herself off balance a
Yeah.
little bit in the bottom, but steadies and stands up. Excellent. Way to come back. Very nicely done. Yagi gives her 8.
But training must be going well.
She's just 1 year out of being a junior, born in 1996. This is her first year as a senior athlete.
Whole thing was out in front.
Yeah, left it a little out front, unfortunately. Didn't look heavy. I think she just needs to come back, make a little correction there, get that a little bit behind the head.
So she's probably going to be waiting for a while. Also, at least one attempt. If she decides to move up, she'll be waiting a heck of a lot more.
Yeah.
But Joanna Lakowska, representing Poland, should be the next.
Close.
So 86, 3 kilos above her opener. That felt like it was about an hour ago. So hopefully she's been doing some warm-ups in the back between then and now.
A little bit out front. She too, this is her first year as a senior athlete, born in '96, was a junior up until last year. Junior up to 20 years old per IWF rules, or the year in which you turn 20. She'll have one more attempt to try to improve on that, but in the meantime, hometown favorite Caitlin Hogan coming out.
Here we go. So she's 1 for 1 thus far. Really looked great on that opening attempt at 83. 3 kilo increase to 86. This would be a personal best in international competition. This is a big lift for her.
Yeah.
Really big lift. And I tell you what, she's got the crowd behind her. She
Got the crowd behind her. She had Coach Sean Waxman slap their shoulders behind her, which is enough to get almost anyone to snatch 86. Let's see her put this overhead. Had a great opening attempt. It's bringing a lot of intensity to this.
Oh, boy. I tell you what, that looked very powerful.
It's a great pull. Great pull. Lots of power in that. I think it was a little forward.
Yeah.
And actually overcorrected and threw it behind her.
Boy, watch how high she pulls this. I mean,
yeah. Tremendous amount of power there.
she's disappointed with that because she knows that she has more than enough strength to complete that lift.
Needs to focus, come back, and get on the board with that 86, because that's going to be a big lift.
So Heidi Diaz from the Philippines coming out for her second attempt. She decided to move up that single kilo to buy herself some more time after missing 85 on her opener. Again, a three-time Olympian, so she knows how to bring it. Much better. Look at that. Talk about a nice overhead position there.
Yeah. Really nice lockout. Crowd here is also pretty excited about her. She'll have one more attempt.
Really nice. Watch her just sit here. The patience there, the balance, and the finish.
Next lifter is going to be
kilos. That was back in Houston here in the States at the World Championships in 2015.
European Championships this year. She did 86 kilos. So here she is opening a kilo over that. believe that was her last international competition.
Nice,
Yeah,
really nice
nice
balance on the bottom.
Patient, gets it overhead. Very good. Solid opening attempt.
Absolutely. And there's still 4 more competitors that we have yet to see for their opening attempts. So a lot of snatching yet to come. You have those shoes. I don't think I've seen those shoes before.
I think those are the Reeboks.
Oh, they are. Okay.
I'm not sure. We'll take another look at them, but
So
good.
T. Mai Dong Tran out of Vietnam coming out for her second attempt, moving up that 1 kilo just to buy herself a little bit more time.
You know, here I think it's actually not a bad move because every single kilo is going to make a difference.
Yeah. Oh boy, she tried to duck walk with it, but boy, that's a large feat.
It's still just a little bit out front, just a little bit.
Yeah. And when you said every kilo counts, you know, I have a feeling this is going to be one of those competitions where the top 3 places are all going to be, you know, whatever it is, 180, 179, 178. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. It's going to be very, very close. Letitia Lorindo Moretz coming out for her 3rd and final attempt with a huge 7 kilo increase. Now, this is gutsy, to say the least.
Her best in international competition is 83. I have to imagine she's been taking weights in the back because it's been. She opened the session for us.
Oh, wow. That left elbow, just a little bit of give there.
That's a shame because she did it and it was a great lift, but
no
3 red lights. There was that bend, a little bit of a bend and rebend in the left elbow, but man.
You know, her elbow wasn't straight, but with those braces she has, her teeth will be straight.
I am impressed with that. I really, a 7 kilo increase.
That's a huge increase percentage-wise. I mean, you're talking just under 10% going from your 2nd to 3rd attempt. Unbelievable.
Right now, Thailand's Kaigwang Supatra coming out for her 3rd attempt, 87. She missed 86, elected to go up 1 kilo.
You know, in some lifters elect to wear that belt in the snatch, and as you can see, it works well for her.
Oh yeah, I mean, really nice and upright with that catch. Excellently done. Clearly moving up that 1 kilo was the right move. Now,
the crowd goes wild for America's own Caitlin Hogan, coming out for a 3rd and final attempt. Decided to jump up that 1 kilo to 87 kilos, and I tell you what, I think she's very capable.
Heroes Dimas looking on in the background, we can see. Coach Waxman looking on as well.
Let's go fight!
She has the look of determination.
Yeah, brings a lot of intensity to the platform.
Well, she's credited with her opener at 83 kilos. Two very, very close misses, but unfortunately a miss is a miss.
Yeah.
So 83 kilos is her best of the 3.
Tremendously strong, but...
And that actually would have been a competition PR had she been successful with it.
Yeah, you can see Dimas Waxman Right now, Rosane dos Reis Santos of Brazil coming out for 88 kilos.
Wow, she looks lean. She looks a little taller than a lot of the other competitors here.
The Olympic Games in Rio last year, as a 53, she snatched 86. She has snatched up to 90 in the past at the Olympic trials, or test event, I should say, in Brazil last year as well. So this is working near some of her best weight. Oh no, a little bit out front. Very long-limbed, is a little bit taller maybe.
Yeah, some will say that those long limbs can be advantageous in the snatch, but can almost be a little bit of a hindrance in the clean and jerk.
That's what I blame it on in my case. Looked good.
One of the things you blame it on.
Looks strong enough for that, just needs to make a little correction, I think, and come back. In the meantime, we've still got 3 athletes we have not seen yet, one of whom is Kristina Shemetova, coming out right now, lifting for Turkmenistan.
Turkmenistan, and her best in international competition is 89 kilos, so just a single kilo.
Yeah, she's right there.
That. So at this point, every lift is extensively important.
Yeah, any of these could and will be a medal-winning lift.
Yep. Looks good.
Yeah.
A little unbalanced on the catch there, but not enough. You can see her holding her elbow. It looks like she just had that moment where it was kind of drifting backwards, but she had the strength to kind of pull it back. You'll see that here. A little bit of a swing right there. That left elbow just a little kind of back and forth.
But gets it overhead, gets on the board with a nice solid 88 kilos. Rosane dos Reis Santos coming out for her second crack at this weight. Did not quite get it overhead on her opening attempt. Let's see if she can make the correction here on her second.
And she's done as much as 90 kilos fairly recently in Brazil at the Olympics.
Same thing, a little bit out front, just leaving it out there.
Yeah,
I think she's strong. It's moving off the floor quite well.
Yeah. She'll have one more attempt at it, but, you know, it just doesn't look like it's in her mind. She doesn't have that pure commitment that you need in the snatch.
Well, now that she's in that do-or-die situation, maybe it'll be there.
Yeah, let's hope so.
She's following herself at this point, unless she asks for a different weight.
You know, Uncle JP made mention of that certain swagger, that confidence that's hard to articulate. That's what's missing. And she needs to find that energy within and bring it in on this last attempt.
Now she is going up. She has elected to move up not 1 but 2 kilos to 90 to equal her international competition best.
That's right.
Bringing Joanna Wachowska of Poland out for her second attempt. A very conservative 2-kilo increase. Made 87 on her opener.
Smart move, I think. And she's been in the sport for a long time, and she's done as much as 94, so this is just about making your lifts. You don't need to hit personal bests, just make the lift.
At this point, this could be a medal-winning snatch.
Oh, boy. She moves smoothly, but a little bit of jump rope in there.
She'll have one more chance to improve on her snatch results. In the meantime, Korea's Hyun Jin Hee, who we have not seen in ages and who is in the unfortunate position of needing to make a lift to stay in the competition. Now, if you elect to clean and jerk, you don't need to have a snatch, but to be considered for the total placement, you need 1 snatch and 1 clean and jerk at least. She needs this to be considered for overall placement.
And a 4-kilo jump after missing 85 twice is a gutsy move, because neither of those lifts looked very confident. And tell you what, it just looked heavy on those first 2 attempts. So to go even heavier is a little bit of a risk.
Hopefully made the correction.
My money was not on making that lift. So unfortunately, she is not able to make a total or a snatch. Like you were mentioning before, she can still compete in the clean and jerk for a medal, but that's it at this point. So we still have 2 lifters yet to be seen. But right now, before that, Thai Mai Dong Tran of Vietnam is being called out for her final attempt at 89. And again, another do-or-die situation
and
here.
has gone up every single attempt. Missed 86, went up to 87, missed it, and now at 89.
That's what we call it, DJ Shuttleworth. She was really patient, and I all the way through the hip, I thought it was going to be successful because of how patient she was, but still, there's something happening overhead that just wasn't locking into place.
You know, I wonder if some of these athletes, because they realize how tight it is, are going a little more aggressively.
Yeah.
I mean, really, any lift in this competition could be a medal, especially at this, once we got past the 85, 86 range.
Yep.
So unfortunately, she does not end up with a snatch either. Right now, Joanna Lachowska, 3rd and final attempt, 89 kilos.
So if successful, this will put her in 2nd place, which she currently holds. Again, there's 2 lifters we have yet to see and a lot more other lifts to be seen, but this is an important lift. Lost it in front. So one for 3 there. You know, really a lot of misses in this session, and it is an A session. And I understand these women are going for big lifts, but you gotta make them. That's the bottom line. You have to make your lifts.
Yeah, just left it out front, wasn't quite there. Now we have Su Shu Ching coming out.
And, you know, I remember seeing her at the 2015 World Championships in Houston in the warm-up area and just being blown away by her speed, by her abilities. So just watch. She's impressive. Wow. Just so aggressive under the bar. That's a nice success.
Best snatch is 101.
Wow.
Done back in 2014, or at least best international snatch. Pretty consistently been a 53 lifter. Last international competition, the Olympic Games in Rio, where she snatched 100 kilos, and was good for that. Plus her clean and jerk, gold medalist.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that we sometimes forget is just how much traveling is involved for some of these women, or for all these competitors, really, including for us commentators. There's jet lag and getting used to different changes in elevation.
Airport food.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Really.
It's
not the glorious jet-setting life you might imagine.
No, that's a life on the road.
What's interesting is how some countries approach travel compared to others. So some will arrive maybe a week in advance and acclimate themselves. Others, the Russians famously would arrive like a day before.
Yeah.
And basically, I would just stay on their time zone, I imagine.
Right. Yeah, the Russians, and they wouldn't even come as a team. It would be one at a time, depending on when you're lifting. So Heidi Diaz from the Philippines coming out for 90 kilos on her 3rd and final attempt. This
looked a little heavy. Looked a little heavy off the floor. 4 kilos, a big increase off 86. You know, a little over about 5% or so, 6%. Right now, the athlete becomes Rosane Dos Reis Santos And unfortunately, she is also in a do-or-die situation.
Yeah.
Needs a snatch to stay eligible for the total. Josre Santos has done 90 kilos in international competition, but only once before at the Olympic test.
So she really needs to bring it here. Use the energy of the room to make this lift. No, so 0 for 3 in the snatch here, unfortunately.
Now this is interesting because it's unfortunate, but it's changing the landscape of an already tight competition.
Yeah.
It really leaves things wide open in the total. You had 3 athletes who are potentially in the running out of the competition now for the overall placement.
Yeah, and it actually surprises me that Sopita Atanasan has moved up to 91. I figured just get 90 in first to make sure you're on the board, but she must be feeling pretty confident.
So her best snatch is 95.
95, yeah.
At the Worlds in Houston. So maybe she feels confident. She knows, hey, had great results in the U.S. in the past. Give it another whirl. At the Olympic Games last year in Rio, she managed 92. So
this is a big weight.
Yeah.
I'd say that this is going to be worth a medal if she can make it. Now, what color that
at this
medal
point,
is?
yeah, this will definitely be a medal.
Yeah. Okay, so
she is ready.
No reason to go to 90 kilos. Now I understand why she moved up to 91.
She is ready. That was maybe a power snatch. She caught that pretty high. Really looked great, I gotta say. Let's watch this side angle. About parallel.
That's the best snatch we've seen all session.
Yeah.
I mean, that is incredible movement, the strength. She's happy about that. So always hard to come out after a lift when you see somebody just destroy a weight like that. Yeah. But Kristina Shermatova of Turkmenistan does come out for the same weight at 91 kilos. And again, per the new rules, since Sopita did it first, she would still remain in first place even if Kristina does make this.
This would put her in second place overall in the snatch for the time being.
Well, she'll have
a convincing.
No, she'll have one more crack at it.
She remains the lifter unless she's going to make a pretty serious jump.
Yes.
Next closest athlete is Hu Su Ching at 93.
93, yeah. So Peta is asking for 90. Potentially could change that bronze medal in the snatch to a silver.
But again, we have a couple athletes, so this would put her ahead of Hu Su Ching, but I think Hu Su Ching still has more in her.
Yeah, I think so too. Such a significantly better lift than her second attempt.
That was better than her first attempt.
Yeah.
That looked fantastic. I got to say, Dr. Westbrook, I didn't think I was going to happen.
No.
The way that second attempt looked.
I was ready to put $5 or $10 on her missing that. Thank God I didn't.
I was about to leave. I figured this is done. Nope. She comes back, and
what a
really
lift.
It's great. I mean, this is why. It's why you have the competition.
Yeah.
Despite what you think you know and you think you've seen, you get surprises like that. Well done.
So interestingly, Sue is deciding to go to 93, even though she'd really only need 92 to put her into first place. Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
You can hear the contact with the body.
It's a big smack.
Pop.
Yeah.
But doesn't hit it out. Still straight pull up, but very aggressive.
And as she gets under the bar, it's equally as aggressive, too. I mean, just watch how it comes into the hip hard. She drops under hard, and another successful lift. Beautiful. And again, so she has one more lift. So Pita Tanasan has 2 more lifts in Thailand. I've still got my money on Tanasan, and I think she's making the wise move at going to 94 and sticking with this just to move 1 kilo ahead of Sue. And Sue, of course, is asking for 96, which that, you know, she could drop down to 95 just to go kind of back and forth 1 kilo at a time.
Yep. This is big, though. We've got a nice competition going on here.
Oh, this is wonderful. Who wants the gold more? Who's prepared more efficiently for this moment? Wow. Is that nice lifting or what?
Here's the thing. I mean, Sue is now at 96, and as a coach, I mean, you got to balance. What do I think my athlete can do?
Yeah.
What do I think this other athlete can do? Because Tanasan, look at that, beautiful. I mean, she looks good for another 3 kilos.
In
97.
her personal best is 95 in international competition.
Wow.
So she is in shape for a PR today. So we've got both lifters asking for 95. Sue has come down from 96 down to 95, which I think is a smart move.
I think so, yeah. Because no matter what Tanasan does, this keeps you that much closer going into the clean and jerk.
Right, and if she does it first, it forces Tanasan to go up to 96 at least.
Exactly. And Sue in the clean and jerk, much stronger.
Wow, needs to hold.
You know, every lift was a little bit
chasing
like
just
that,
a little,
chasing a little bit. And that one was just too much, unfortunately. But she's, I mean, listen, got that 93 on the board. Her opening clean and jerk is listed at 120. Tanasan's is listed at 111.
Yeah.
So she is hanging with her.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so just a tiny, tiny hyperextension of that left elbow there. So hopefully it's nothing serious, and she'll be able to clean and jerk as she normally does. So Tanasan is coming out for 96.
This is our snatch gold medalist.
Snatch gold medalist. She's basically trying to set herself up because she's not as strong of a clean and jerker.
Yeah.
So every kilo that she can gain in the snatch is going to be significant when it comes to the total. And this is 1 kilo above her international best. So this is not only a personal best, but just going to extend her lead just a little farther. I've got my money on making this lift.
I got to say, the first 2 looked so good.
What?
I think she's ready.
Yeah. Seems good for more.
I got to say, 1, 2, 3. That's how you snatch.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely fantastic lifting by Tanasan.
And that's 43 kilos above her own body weight. Are you kidding me?
That's a great lift for anyone, and she does it with ease as a 53-kilo athlete. Really, really nicely done.
Wow, I'm really impressed. I mean, from the opening attempt, we both looked at each other and said, with the B session snatch, best snatch of being 83, Caitlin actually still gets a higher placement, and I believe that's because she's in the A. And as actually at the Olympics, yeah,
Wow.
there she is.
Wow. That was a 100-kilo power clean. Easy.
Wow.
Oh, that left elbow, unfortunately.
Yeah, so obviously the clean is not the
No, it is
the
not.
limiting factor by any
Not
means.
a problem at all. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a rough day for her. She also did not complete a snatch. A successful attempt, so still just fighting for land. Right now, Roseanne Dos Reis Santos coming out for her second attempt.
She's not going to miss the clean, I can tell you that.
No.
She's done as much as 105 in the past, back in Rio last year. Oh, much better.
Yeah, very nice.
It's funny because that just looks like such a lightweight. To think that her best is only 5 kilos more than that is unbelievable to me.
Right now, Dos Santos technically the lifter with the 1 kilo increase, but I imagine that will be changed.
There's going to be a lot of changes here.
Yeah. So there is an outlier here, Su Shu Ching with 120, but otherwise, pretty much all the athletes are bunched in between about 102 and 111 at this point.
USA's own Caitlin Hogan coming out for her opening attempt at 102 kilos. Both Sean Waxman and the legend Piros Dimas look on and cheer on. 1 for 3 in the snatch. She ended up finishing with her opening attempt at 83. So this 102 will give her a 185 kilo total. Oh, very easy clean.
Yeah.
Beautiful jerk. Yeah, just wonderful opening attempt.
Excellent opening attempt. That's exactly the way you want your first attempt to look. She's got to be happy about that. Again, snatch didn't go as well as she had planned, but gets on the board with that really nice lift. And if she wants, can sit back and see how things shake out. Best clean and jerk out of her is 107.
Okay.
She looks good for that elbow bend.
Just so close. And think of how much farther that would have advanced her. 7 kilos added onto her total is a big deal at these weights.
Oh, it would have been huge. Yeah, I mean, she'd be in third or fourth place right now. Fourth place.
Oh boy, that looks heavy.
Maybe caught the bounce off or something.
Yeah, it did look like she caught it a little bit backwards, but so usually you can kind of push through that. But again, these are maximum weights.
Yeah, not how you want an opening attempt to look, though.
No, it isn't. Fortunately, or I should say unfortunately, it looks like there's no one else.
She's going to be following herself, unless she elects to go up by at least 2 kilos. Because Caitlin Hogan is listed at 103, but operating close to her international best. That was a little over a year ago in Rio at the Olympic test event.
Just amazing how many athletes we're seeing that are Olympians here on the stage today. Incredible.
Much better.
Still a little heavy, though. Very nice.
Yeah. Good.
And very typical of a lot of South American lifters. They can hold the bar on their shoulders without having any fingers or hands touching the bar, and then move the grip out without using
beautiful front rack position.
Yeah, it's
don't know
just
how it's
wonderful.
accomplished, but as you said, we see a number of South American lifters do this. It's sort of their style for some of them.
Yeah.
Again, bar resting neatly across the chest and shoulders, and they can casually put the hands out. Coach breathing a big sigh of relief there.
Yeah, he's
as he
happy.
watches. Yep.
He's a happy man.
The amount of weightlifting knowledge and greatness in a single space, you know, in a 20 by 40 meter area.
It's amazing. So Vietnam's Thi Mai Dung Tran, 5 kilo increase to this 105 kilos on her second attempt. Wow,
It's a little heavy there.
yeah, it's such a slow start off the floor, and even through the hip, it didn't really increase a ton of speed there. So really couldn't work that bounce to stand up with the clean as a result.
Yeah, gets to that sticking point and just has nothing left.
Yeah.
Right now, Caitlin Hogan might be at Disneyland.
I'd be taking a nap if I were her right now. I mean, get some extra rest,
Plenty
recovery.
of time. Plenty of time. Tran coming out now for her third and final attempt. 105. It sounds like they got a microphone in the chalk box. I like that.
I like that too.
Gives it sort of a chalk's eye view.
You know, that's one of the trouble with those slow starts is keeping it mentally together during the entirety of that pole. That's a lot to ask an athlete. It really
And for
is.
some athletes, it works. I mean, the Turks famously, some of their athletes could have this sort of glacial first pull. It seemed to be unfolding in slow motion.
Yeah,
And get under.
that is not a hook grip slow-mo video. That is actual
That's your
time.
first pull. Right now, the USA's Caitlin Hogan coming out for 106. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this equals her best in international competition. No,
The
excuse
fans
me,
are
107.
107.
She's done
is her best.
107.
Okay. So 102 was convincing, to say the least.
Yeah.
So I think this is a smart move. 4 kilo increase. Beautiful.
Man, there's a tremendous amount of power in that clean.
Yes, that's what we want to see.
Oh, she looks great. She is back. She is coming back and is bringing an extraordinary amount of intensity to the clean and jerk. I really am excited to see her third attempt. I think we're going to see maybe a 109.
Yeah, and she is a lifter who has aggression, who has intensity, and typically those style of lifters are going to be stronger in the clean and jerk because the snatch just requires more delicacy. It requires a little bit more refinement. And not to say that she's not a refined lifter, but it definitely shows that aggression really, really helps in the clean and jerk.
Right now, Supatra Kayong coming out for her opening attempt. Successful with 2 of her 3 snatches, made 83, missed 86, and then made 87 on the increase. Coming out for 107.
And her international best is 108, so she's right in range.
Although she's taken some attempts at 114 just a year ago in Georgia at the Junior World Championships.
Nice clean.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Get under. Wonderful opening attempt.
Yeah, that was a really nice jerk there.
Dr. Baffa, have you ever been to Thailand before?
I have not. I have the only places in Asia I've been are Kazakhstan, parts of Turkey, and Japan.
Be a great place to
go.
visit, yeah.
I'd love to go. Have you?
No, I wish. Want that.
Kane Yagi, opening attempt 107. 2 out of 3 in the snatch. Had a decent day. Snatched 85. I just love how close the bar is, how upright in the catch.
Tiny,
Really?
yeah, just a little shaky on the jerk recovery,
Very
but not
nice
bad.
though. Yeah, I mean, really a solid kind of work-a-day opening attempt.
Yep.
A weight that is serious, but not out of your capabilities. Love that split.
Oh,
That's
look at that
textbook.
split. That is
That is
textbook
textbook.
position. Yeah, you nailed it. And her best in international competition is 110, so we're going to see a lot out of her. So right now, Rosanne dos Reis Santos coming out for her third and final attempt, a 7-kilo jump to 107. And this would be a personal best on the international stage.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So we saw a miss clean, but again, pulled it. High enough,
very high.
enough to snatch, really.
Yeah, I mean, pulled it really high. Interesting that she goes with the power clean, because look at how high. I mean, it wasn't even at parallel.
I know. But
Third attempt, 107. Had a rough start, missing her opener at 103, then came back to make it.
yeah, making this lift will put her at 3 for 6 for the day, which feels a lot better than 2 for 6. So no lift.
We have a bombshell to drop on everyone right now.
Yeah, that's a nuclear bombshell, perhaps.
This is devastating, but Su Shu Ching is out of the competition.
The world record holder in the total.
And our snatch silver medalist. I wonder if she did injure
that
herself.
left elbow. Yeah, that little hyperextension must have been enough to really start the inflammation process and get her to not feel strong about continuing.
We don't know what happened. We hope she's okay, but this competition with her clean and jerk was hers. And now the field is open.
It's anybody's game now. Wow, what a development that is.
Right now, Joanna Lechowska of Poland coming out for her opening attempt. 108 kilos, only made one snatch, 87 on her opener.
Has done as much as 115 back in Warclaw in 2013 at the World Championships. Looked a little heavy.
Yeah, had a little bit of a sticking point getting up, but the pull was great.
Nice jerk.
Good. Gets on the board. Solid lift.
A little worried about that clean. If she doesn't get through that sticking point, that could be the limiting factor in the lift. And again, she's done as much as 115, so I think being reasonable at a 110, 111 maybe on her second attempt is probably going to be a good jump for her. So we have only senior competitors in this A session, so nobody's going after those junior records. She's got a personal international best of only 107, so this is 2 kilos above that. Very strong clean. Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful lifting. And remember from the snatches, she came out and missed 91 on her second and then made 91 very nicely on her third attempt. So I think there's some gasoline in the tank.
Yeah. She looks good for more. Joanna moving up.
To really come back and do some damage here in the clean and jerk. And again, a very, very seasoned lifter, a 3-time Olympian. Talk about experience. She's done as much as 122. But again, she was as a 58 when she did that kind of lifting.
That makes a big difference in the clean and jerk, the body weight.
Nice clean.
Very good.
Hold. Nice. Okay, so she posts a total. So she bumps right up to second place with that 196 total, just behind Kristina Shermatova of Turkmenistan. And we only have one lifter that we have yet to see, and that's Sopita Tanasan, who really did a wonderful job in the snatch portion. She's going to be coming out for 110 as her opening attempt.
Yeah.
And
she is our snatch leader, and with that 110, she might be untouchable.
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, it's going to be tough because I guess Kristina Shermatova did 91, so that's a 5 kilo deficit. Yeah. So, and of course, since Sopita snatched more, she's going to have the advantage in the clean and jerk. Nice clean. Oh, yeah, really nice. Look at she. I think you're right. I think my money is on Tanasan.
Now, she looks great. I think at this point, you just hang back and wait. You've got a comfortable 5 kilo lead.
So it's looking like it looks like the Polish team is getting that second attempt back.
Yes.
So they're at 111 as it stands right now. Hopefully 3 1s. 111 is easy to read. It's pretty easy to write.
It's actually written differently in most European countries.
Yeah.
They write a 1 like a 7, sort of.
Oh, okay. 777 would be a big lift.
Kanai Yagi of Japan coming out for 110.
Wow, great bottom position.
Yeah.
Wow, and just a really tiny dip, but that's enough to get it overhead.
Really nicely done. Looks pretty happy with that. I think she has no problem. And yeah, 3 white lights.
Looks like she's a little dizzy coming off of that, but boy, that was a nice lift.
Yeah, she's a pretty good day so far. 2 for 3 in the snatch, 2 for 2 in the clean and jerk so far.
Yeah, and again, like you mentioned before, the split position is just textbook. You see that perpendicular front, only 1 miss in the snatch in her second attempt, so she needs to just continue that momentum.
This would be an international PR.
What a lift. Nice job. Vocalizes through those lifts, but boy, does she look good. And the Thai fans go crazy.
They are happy, and that was a really nice lift. Puts her in 3rd place currently overall, but 1st place in the jerk. That could be a medal lift right there.
Yeah,
There's
really.
Still lifts to remain, but that we'll see. We'll see if that holds up.
Look at the Thai fans. I mean, do they bring their A game or what?
Oh,
I love
do.
it. So Joanna Lakowska coming out for her 2nd attempt at 111 kilos also. 111. Another lifter who's a little taller, a little leaner than some of the others that we've seen.
Yeah, very fast elbow.
Very fast. Beautiful jerk, man.
Might have been better than the opener.
Yeah, it really was, because she had that little bit of a sticking point on that opening clean, but there was none of that there.
No, that looked great. That looked really, really nice. So Lakowska with 111. Very nicely done. Looks like she has a little bit more left. She can sit
Position. Wow, what do you think, Dr. Baffa?
That's great. She looks good for more.
She does. I'm thinking 115 minimum. You know,
Well, she took, so it was a 2-kilo jump from that to from 1 to 2. So maybe she plays it conservative, waits a little bit, see what she needs.
I think that's what it is. It's get a little bit more, and then all of a sudden go for what you need. America's own Caitlin Hogan coming out here for an American record clean and jerk.
Total.
Actually,
Total. Not the clean and jerk. I misspoke earlier.
Right. So this would give her a total of 194 kilos for a new American record and a great position here at the World Championships. The crowd's behind her.
Pretty big increase. 5 kilos from her 2nd attempt.
The intensity is there. The focus is there. Beautiful clean. She's got it.
Wow.
She's got it. What a lift.
Well done. Caitlin Hogan, well done.
What a
Really
great
nice lift. That is great. So, new American record total for her. Puts her in 4th place in the clean and jerk, 7th place overall for the time being, but more importantly, comes back from a 1 for 3 snatch day to do a 3 for 3 clean and jerk.
Wow, 4 for 6 on the day.
Yeah.
Really, like we were talking about, a 180-degree turn from the snatches to the clean and jerks. Utilizes her strength, her focus, her intensity, and really has a great day.
Right now, Japan's Kanai Yagi coming out. 112 kilos.
Currently in 6th place overall. Oh, and again, a very shallow dip.
Yeah.
It just wasn't quite enough to hold that bar overhead.
Ends up with a 195 total, 4 for 6 on the day, 85 in the snatch, 110 in the clean and jerk.
Well, we're getting down to some final lifts here, so every lift that you see potentially could be lead to somebody walking home with some medals.
Yeah. Right now, Heidi Diaz is the lifter from the Philippines, or at least she is listed as the athlete.
Yeah, she's coming out.
Coming out now.
And, you know, she's looked better on that opener in the clean and jerk than she had in the snatch. Things just didn't really look like they were clicking for her in the snatch, so I'm hopeful that this is where she brings her A game. Now that's an aggressive get under the jerk. Absolutely
Very
beautiful.
nicely done. That puts her, for the time being at least, first place in the jerk.
Yeah.
Lots of lifts remaining.
And 3rd place in the total. That was an important lift right there.
I mean, that might hold too. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 lifts left. Actually, not too many. Or 6 lifts.
You know, that.
Yeah, that doesn't move her into first overall.
Which
moves her into bronze.
Which I think that's smart because Tennyson looks so good. I think she's going to be really hard to beat with how big of an advantage she has in the snatch. So she's just her and the coaching staff feel that this is the weight that's going to win the silver medal in the total.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow. You know, that was one of her best lifts.
Yeah,
I mean, again,
very good.
It just seems like she's good for so much more. Just great lifting. And that's how you want to feel. You always want to feel like you could do more after you finish.
So that lift, she's in 2nd place with the jerk, 2nd place overall so far.
204 total. It's going to be a lot to chase for some of these other lifters. I think it was a smart move. I really do.
I think so.
So that brings out our current leader in the total, Sopita Tanasan, who's asking for 114 kilos. And if her previous lifts are any indication, she's gonna do just fine with this.
What's interesting is she is our leader, but in the clean and jerk, she is currently in 6th place.
Wow.
And if she makes this a 4-kilo increase, only 4 kilos, it moves her into 1st place. So that's how close these things are.
Unreal. Nice.
Wow, went right into the jerk.
Yeah, no hesitation there.
She's in great shape today.
Yeah, she is. And again, 115 is her best internationally, so only 1 kilo behind that.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to have a PR day in the clean and jerk and total also.
So she is essentially our champion at this point. I don't think we're going to see anyone take the kind of jump you would need to do to unseat her at this point.
Yeah, I agree. 210 is a huge total, and there's nobody coming close to that. But the question is somebody else going to walk away with that clean and jerk gold medal?
Right now, Supatra Kaikrong coming out for the same weight, 114. Is a 3-kilo increase. It would move her into bronze medal position overall, as well as silver in the clean and jerk.
Amazing. she gave it everything she had, but just not quite enough.
She tried. Unfortunately, she just misses the podium. Fourth
Barely.
place clean and jerk, fourth place overall, fifth in the snatch. Miss, and the podium right now, bronze medal is a kilo more.
Yeah. So Joanna Lakowska of Poland is coming out for 115, which would elevate her into first place in the clean and jerk.
And it would give her a medal in the total, as
also.
well, I believe. Third place is 199.
Yeah. So, yeah, this 4 kilo increase would bump her total to 202 and would put her into third place. So it would put her on potentially on the podium for the total also.
This is huge. She goes home with no medals or some hardware after this lift.
Yeah, I was more worried about her getting to that sticking point, but she didn't even give it a chance.
No, a little too heavy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Again, she also just off the podium, fourth in the snatch, fifth in the clean and jerk, fifth overall at the moment.
And we just got word that Sue, who decided not to finish the competition, the clean and jerk, is currently wearing a sling around her elbow. So just as we suspected, it was an elbow injury after that last snatch attempt at what was it, 95 kilos. So that's really unfortunate. But right now, Heidi Diaz coming out for her third and final attempt in the clean and jerk at 115. And this would bounce her up to first place in the clean and jerk, and I believe it would still be third place, which is her current standing in the total. So she's going home with some change.
I think I saw a little elbow touch there in the clean as well.
Yeah, that right elbow maybe just a little bit, but boy, we're talking about a fighter.
Did a great job, really pulled on that weight. You could tell it was heavy, but she gave it an attempt. Nice to see. Right now, we have the last lift of the session by our 2017 gold medalist in all three disciplines, snatch, total, snatch, clean and jerk, and total. She's coming out for 117 right now, just to sweeten the deal a little bit.
Yeah, and this would be an international best. I believe 115 is her best on the international stage, so this would beat that by 2 kilos in addition to being a personal best for the total. So this is a really big lift on more of a personal basis for her, in addition to just showing the dominance that she has to her competitors for future events. This is the last lift of this session. Oh, just a little too heavy.
A little bit. Her only miss of the day, ends up 5 for 6. All 3 snatches, 2 out of 3 clean and jerks, 210 total, matching her international PR. And 96 snatch, 114 clean and jerk.
When you've sweeped gold medals, it's hard to get up for that last lift when it really doesn't mean as much.
Yeah.
But still a great attempt. She really got under the bar well, but just a little too heavy to stand up with.
Exactly. And, you know, if she had to do it for the lift, maybe she could have done it. But like you said, she'd already swept the gold medals. It's hard to have the motivation there. But great performance by her. Amazing how much things changed once we had Su Shuqing out of the running. It was going to be a close competition in many ways regardless, but the field really opened up. Unfortunately, she, as you mentioned, walking away with an injury, hopefully nothing serious.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a matter of maybe a few weeks off and it's not